Hi, good day everyone. Welcome to Cases in Entrepreneurship. Today we will be focusing on the case study Conexia Healthcare. Our group, Conexia's advisory team, consists of Melissa Andrew, Crystal Antwine, Denise Brown, and Malika Fernandez.
What is the dilemma? Conexia would like to expand their clientele into the United States market to provide real-time adjudication process within the healthcare system. The organization have been faced with issues that are hampering a smooth transition into the US market. As such, a solution that caters to societal needs will have to be implemented in efforts to achieve organizational goals.
We will now be looking at the introduction/background. Conexia, a leading Argentinian IT company that offers RTA solutions to the healthcare industry, was originally a division of IMSAT, an Argentinian telecommunications firm and a subsidiary of IMSA that was bought out in 2003 by Luis Navas, the now CEO. Initially, a totally paper-based Argentinian healthcare industry was very reluctant to integrate the technology as part of the organization's operations. This remained in place until Conexia was able to sell its RT to some of the large government-run medical programs. Its ability to claim large influential government players as clients helped Conexia's sales efforts in its home market. Thereafter, the company was able to record steady growth. Within the first 5 years of operations, Conexia's revenue grew by an average 36% annually to over US 2.5 million. By 2008, Conexia was known as the leading Argentinian RTA provider with over 20 insurers, a total of 4 million beneficiaries, and over 10,000 provider data capture points. The situation at hand that COO Sebastian Letamendia and CEO Luis Navas is very hell-bent on achieving is Conexia's long-term growth goals, which is entering the US market. This, however, has posed to be a great challenge, which came as a result of the lack of brand awareness for Conexia's RTA product in the US, as well as the disjoint claims processes followed by US healthcare insurance companies. So in the US, the healthcare market is currently going through a number of regulatory changes. In light of this, with the evaluation of core issues or challenges and alternatives, Conexia is set to determine if entering the US market at this point is a viable option.
Existing competitive landscape. I'll be using the Potter's 5 analysis to discuss this issue. So, Conoxia is the market leader in Argentina, which gives them prior experience not only as a RTA competitor, but in being able to claim large influential government payers. This offers them the first advantage of possibly being able to pressure other suppliers and captivate the market. The next thing is that Conoxia has prior experience in offering a full RTA solution in comparison to the other competitors. However, the issue of globalization may negatively affect the organization. The main problems within globalization would be legal and political issues, whereby they now have to learn the laws of the US, and language and cultural issues, whereby the Spaniard culture and language they will have to transition out of that to the English speaking US culture. The second domain we'll be looking at is buyer power. In this domain, the buyers have greater power as Conoxia is entering a new market with new routes. The second thing is that the buyers are hesitant to make the change and to switch to Conoxia. So, in order to keep their clients, well, to gather clients, that is, Conoxia is offering buyers a 67% value-based deal. So, this is due to they are using their same pricing rate as before, which was an average payer cost per member per month of $2, right? So, Conoxia will receive a 33% value and the buyers will get a 67%. This type of business also requires organizations to capture large business modules, whether government and private payers, to be truly successful. Third thing, threat of substitution. So we have modernization of healthcare system, electronic health records are needed, making Conexia the ideal replacement. This is because the current system of being paper-based makes everything move really slow. So Conexia is offering the industry itself a replacement, so they are the substitute. The next thing we'll be looking at is threat of new entry. So, with the government forcing the change via the High Tech Act, it makes the industry more attractive. So, more IT solution providers are coming into the market. Also, with the IT market being fast growing and no restriction, we also have that. And however, during implementation, we have four main issues. So these are situational barriers, cognitive barriers, attitudinal barriers, and liability barriers. Now, these are faced mostly by whether new or existing firms based on implementing their IT stuff, right? But Conexia has prior experience, which will make it easier for them. Now, all four factors lead to the competitive rivalry. The main competing being competitors being the system integrators, the health financial focused IT companies, and the RT focused startups, right? Each of these have strong in-house capabilities, captured major clients already, and the ability to execute customized slash specific solutions. To further analyze the case, we'll be looking at the competitor capability analysis, which was taken straight from the case study. This is divided into three columns, whereby we have the larger size, the medium size, health financial focused IT companies, and the RTA focused startups. Now, when viewing this, we are looking at the existing client base. For Conexia to fully integrate into the market and achieve competitive advantage, we will be focusing on the first two, as they have respectfully the major Medicare and private payers and large and small payers. So these are our main competitors.
Disjointed HR personnel and functions. In order to come up with this issue, we decided to carry out a SWOT analysis. Our strengths are as follows: planned, executed successfully in Argentina, a market leader, sound customer payers process, and brand awareness. Our weaknesses: insufficient highly skilled human resource personnel and lack of capital investments. Opportunities: prospects for expansion in other markets, simplification through the RTA system, growth in the US. And our threats: larger range of competitors offering RTA, market entry issue, possibility of constraints, and Argentina was subjected to market saturation. We did is we identified the human resources currently available in the organization. Then we forecasted the human resources needed to achieve the organization's mission and objectives. And what we did after that is we measured the gap between what we had and what we needed, so that the next course of action would be to take measures to bridge that gap. Issue number 3, current paradigm using the pest analysis. Politically, President Obama's stimulus bill supported the modernization of the United States healthcare. Funds were allocated to the High-Tech Act to implement electronic medical records to assist the modernization of healthcare. Due to the High-Tech Act, new market trends emerged in relation to health insurance, health plans, telemedicine, and e-prescribing. The uprising competition's main objective is to undermine the efforts of the government for healthcare modernization. Overall, the U.S. healthcare industry was at an inflection point, and great uncertainty existed due to the High-Tech Act, regulatory shifts, implementing healthcare reform, and market trends. The delayed U.S. claims adjudication process caused long payment cycles for up to 60 days, which became a major turnoff for providers. The economic downfall gave providers a disadvantage in providing a technological service and not receiving the desired profits. In the end, providers were often left trying to collect from payments whatever amount insurance companies didn't pay long after the treatments were provided, a process that yielded only a small percentage of fees owed. Despite the United States having experienced the technology of healthcare, IT, and being a part of the success, there was still a reluctance from the wider population in fully trusting the program to perform all functions. While most medical claims were submitted electronically, the vast majority of payers adjudicated them in a batched, offline manner. The society, however, is open to modernization and technological advancement, but it will take a while for complete acceptance and transformation. Clearinghouses were implemented to identify errors and incomplete information, while provided value added services for providers. The paper-based claims process at clearinghouse became an interface between payers and providers, decreasing the need for providers to deal with IT challenges. Not being not being able to deal with the technology challenges created a decline in technological advancement. Alternative 1. Enter as planned with a full RTA solution. Via a competitive edge, Conexia can outperform its rivals and pave the path as a leading RTA supplier in the US market. The pros: this solution offers geographic focus which limits competitive advantage. And this is a preferred strategy with an ideal target market. The cons: potential reduction of resources away from other growth opportunities and hesitation to adopt a full RTA solution due to low brand awareness, leading to high upfront costs. Uncertainty of gaining potential clients. Establishing credibility through simpler products. While entering with a full RTA solution is beneficial, the issue of low company brand awareness becomes prevalent. Simpler products. Number 1, a real-time patient eligibility verification system, and number 2, a real-time payment estimation system. The advantages is this eliminates all disadvantages mentioned in alternative 1, and it permits focus to remain on sales. Lastly, no need for product development. Disadvantages: stripped down version of the original product, prices and subsequently profits will be reduced while still offering the same value-based products, and same level of sales efforts will be needed. Alternative 3, establishing credibility through services. The advantages of this is that the company will be able to build relationships. The disadvantages are crowded market provides some complexity, and the growth margin seems to be short or temporary. Alternative 4, partnering with an existing US IT services company. The advantage of this is that this method allows the company to jointly pursue sales leads, while the disadvantages are decreases in revenue and difficulty in building customer base and brand establishment. Alternative 5, focusing on other Latin American countries while waiting for the US market to mature. The implementation of strategic management, the consideration of all factors, both internal and external, will give Conexia the option to place its focus on the neighboring Latin American countries until they are confident and fully capable of being able to handle all obstacles within the US market. The advantages: gained experience in different environments will equip Conexia on how to respond to challenges and issues in a quick and effective manner. Exposure of experiences and reputation to the wider world to attract potential investors. Increased exposure will create awareness and an appreciation for the objectives of RTA, resulting in acceptance. Disadvantages: the US market may not mature in the time anticipated by the organization, consequently having a decrease rather than an increase in maturity. As such, Conexia can miss the best opportunity to implement RTA within the healthcare system.
As mentioned before, this is a breakdown of the marketing mix theory where we can look at the product, price, place, and promotion in detail.
Using the marketing mix, the company was able to come up with our final solution, which is to establish credibility through simpler products. For Conexia to effectively penetrate the market of the United States while gaining recognition for having a reputable organization, they will have to understand their target market. The 4 P's from the marketing mix can assist Conexia in the 4 crucial areas of product, place, price, and promotion to implement the chosen solutions. As a result, the information gathered from the marketing mix will direct Conexia to how to effectively and efficiently place RTA products on the market, providing customer satisfaction and creating a reputable reputation. Firstly, we recommend that
Conexia implement marketing strategies that will promote brand awareness. This will also aid in acquiring a reputation in the US healthcare industry. We also recommend to introduce simpler products that will eliminate the need for brand development. This is also necessary for Connection to be able to stand out in an advanced US market amongst competitors with their innovations, such as the high deductible health plans. Partner with MIT Sloan Global Entrepreneurship Lab, which is the G Lab, to help Connexia plan their entry into the US market by expanding services to include a real-time patent eligibility verification system and real-time payment system.
This brings us to the end of our presentation on Conexia Healthcare.